gosh. Well, it's great to have you here and great to have
Thank you. This is not my dog, by the way.
Nor is it
whose
mine.
dog this is.
She just showed up in the Young Hollywood
But
studio.
yeah.
No, this is Georgie, our resident mascot, and she apparently, she loves you.
If I said I was leaving my wife for you, you'd be there, right
She
there.
would be right there.
Yeah.
This is a spoiler alert for season 3 on
Season
Scandal.
3.
Georgie comes in.
Georgie
the picture.
is in the White House.
Georgie is in the White House.
Fitz gets a dog.
I mean, it wouldn't be so
trouble
far-fetched,
ensues.
would it?
No, not at all.
I'm sorry you have hair all over your shirt
That's
now,
all right.
too.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
So Carrie was in here, and we talked about, you know, all the people, sort of like politically and otherwise, who watched the show and have approached her. I know Michelle Obama watches the show.
Yeah,
She said
right.
Jamie Foxx. I know they work. They work together.
Yeah.
He's a huge Gladiator. Who has sort of been the most surprising person that's approached you and said they're a fan of the show?
Yeah, well, like Carrie mentioned, you know, the thing that most shocked me was the people in Washington. Bye, Georgie.
Leaving you.
You know, I was in Washington in May, and everybody was obsessed with Scandal.
Was this the White House?
It was the White House
Correspondents'
Correspondents' Dinner, and I was shocked. I mean, these people who were really impressive people.
Yeah, because you're a political guy. I mean, you're
Yeah, I
into it,
love
right?
politics.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in it. I kind of know who they all are.
Prior to the show.
Yeah,
Not even as a
yeah,
result
no,
of the show.
no.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect kind of thing.
Have you met President Obama? I know you've met Bill Clinton.
Yes, yeah.
President Clinton.
I met President Clinton briefly once.
Yeah.
I've not yet met President Obama. I saw him speak at the Boston Democratic Convention in '04. I was very close to the stage and saw this guy come out and give this speech, and I thought, oh my God, who is that guy?
Really?
And that was the
So
you know,
that
the
was
famous speech that made his career.
Yeah, but in person,
So-
I imagine too, it was that much more.
It was
intense.
amazing, yeah. It was really inspiring. He's a rock star. So anyway, yeah, that was the main thing.
One thing I love about the show is, and I think this is part of Shonda's brilliance, there are those moments that you and Carrie have what you call the 1 minute.
Right.
As an actor, having that silence and having that being filled with all the stuff that you guys have, is that a harder thing to do as an actor? No.
No, it's a great kind of gift to have the time to do that, and to be able to tell a story between actors by just kind of being together. Because one of the things about Scandal is there's always so much going on under every scene that's not said, particularly my scenes with Carrie.
Right.
You know, there's all this, and with everybody really, but particularly with us, there's so much unspoken story that we never get to communicate. We're always saying something else or being inhibited from saying what's really on our minds. So to have these 1 minute sequences where we can just be with each other communicating everything we want to share that's beyond words. It's an amazing kind of acting exercise. You know?
And it's so true to real relationships too.
Yeah, and the audiences really dig it, which is incredible.
What has been the moment that has made you the most so far?
Well, in season 2, the episode at Verna's funeral, I've been telling Olivia that we belong together. Edison has proposed marriage, and that she must not let that happen, that she must wait for me, and we must be together. And we had this beautiful love scene in Cyrus's office, and then several scenes later, we're at this funeral, and she comes up and says, "Okay, I've told Edison, no, I'll wait for you, Fitz. I love you. I'll wait for you." And I turn to her and I say, "Oh yeah, about that, I changed my mind about that. Don't wait for me. I don't want you." And I just ice her. And you understand later how that happened, but when we were reading it, I had no idea that was going to happen, and I literally couldn't get the words out.
Really?
I was like,
It gets real at your table.
yeah, I couldn't, formulate the words. And Shonda, I remember looking over at Shonda, because they're all around this big table, and she was like, "It's going to be okay."
Otherwise, you would have gone home and been very upset. You are like the Scandal fans.
Yeah, I was
live
really
and die by
shaken up by it. But the way we do the table readings is great, because we have the same experience at the show that the fans have.
Right.
And we're
And you get to be
constantly shocked and, amazed by the big moves that Shonda makes. In
And
her
then makes
writing
it all
team.
work somehow. We have a couple of your twit pics behind you on
Okay.
the monitor. You look afraid to look behind your shoulder. Is this from season 3?
No, this was from the other night. Yes, season 3. This was late at night shooting.
So now we know what you're like on set. You're the
and
sleeper.
I was sleeping. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, And Denise, our makeup artist, like I was laying on the, just between shots, trying to rest and keep my head together, and she comes up with her makeup brush. So I think it was Friday night.
And then there's one more that we have, and I don't think this is from Scandal. I think you must be
Oh, no,
directing,
you know
because
what
this
that
is what
was?
directors
Yeah.
do.
That was
they
when
sit
I
in
was-
bathtubs and line up a shot.
That was, yeah, that was the episode I directed of Scandal, and there was a scene that ended up, I think, not being in the show, where somebody was like dead in a bathtub.
So yeah, so there's a reason why you're framing your face.
Yeah, probably I'm just showing off, right? trying to pretend like I'm a director.
So we have a game for you called Presidential Perks. Well, we're going to give you two scenarios,
Okay.
and you tell me which would you rather. And
Okay.
these are real life presidential perks.
Really? Okay.
Yes, okay.
Good.
So would you rather have at your disposal a 24-hour live-in executive chef, or what they have on the grounds, the home basketball court, the tennis courts, the jogging track?
The chef, without question.
Why? Why would that be?
I love to eat and I love food. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay,
I
would
might
you
live
rather
through it,
have Air Force One or Camp David?
Air Force One.
Really?
Awesome.
Where'd you go? Where was the first?
Everywhere. Everywhere. Can you imagine? Yeah, private air travel in Air Force One especially.
Wouldn't be bad, right? Then you've got the copter too at your disposal.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
What would you rather have? The Blair House, which I don't know if you know what that is.
I do.
It's for people who don't know. It's a guest house on the grounds, or the Beast, which is the presidential car, which incidentally shoots tear gas and has infrared lights. I think it'd be pretty badass.
I'd go for Blair House. Not because I wouldn't want to have guests, but because you could have the most awesome guests and parties.
Would you rather have the home movie theater or 24-hour executive pastry chef?
Home movie theater.
You would have to. I mean, you're a director, actor. I mean,
Oh,
that's-
yeah. How fun would that be?
And then last but not least, since you are the president, no one's going to say no. What one person, living or dead, would you invite to dinner to the White House?
It would have to be George Washington. How cool would that be?
It'd be
To have
awesome.
George Washington at dinner. He might be a little intimidating, so I don't know, but yeah, George Washington, that'd be good.
That's a good one. So before we let you go, I wanted to point out, because I know you're being chased in airports from the Scandal fans. Now you've got the Divergent fans
Right,
too.
so be chased from two directions.
You
It'd be
will.
Fantastic. I love that. Bring it on.
No arguments there, right? Well, it's delightful to have you here.
Yes,
I
so
know
good to see
a
you.
lot of ladies and gents in the Young Hollywood studio are thrilled to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Nikki.
Congrats
Yeah.
on the new series, too.
Yeah, thank you.
Can't wait.